You're listening to Black Cat Football and Greer Time Media. Let's take it to the booth with your host, Freddie Greer Sr.
Right, and we're here with Week 12/playoff Week 1 from Mexia Sports Network and the Mexia Black Cats. Today, again, as usual, it's myself, Wallace High, James Dykler. We're joined today by Mr. James Abraham and Freddie Greer Jr., who are both members of the Black Cat football team. So we'll just hop in this real quick, guys, talk a little bit, get things going. Looking back on last Friday, we went over to Canton to take on the Canton Eagles, in the last district ball game, and you guys were able to put together a solid game and come out victorious to move to 4-0 in the district and be undisputed district champions, and now looking to go in as the top seed into the playoffs this week. You want to talk to us a little bit about last week's game?
So last week we just went out there and we honestly weren't 100%, but we went out there in the second half trying to put it together. At first we thought it was going to be an easy dub, but we that they were trying to fight because there was the last game ever. For the seniors there, and I tried to respect them as much as I could and try to play my hardest for them, but we did it.
Fred?
We went out last week and executed the first and second half, and second half came around. They threw everything they had at us, and then we just had to step up and just become dogs and do what we had to do to win.
Would that be D-O-G or D-A-W-G?
So, good. It was a good game. Like you said, James had a couple of bumps and bruises. I think one of the things we were all talking about prior to the game was us going in playing solid, playing to get that win, but more importantly, getting out of it healthy and getting ready to roll into this coming week. And I think right before halftime, James and I looked down on the field, and you were laying down. And I think everybody in our stands just looked, and you heard everybody just going, "Oh no!" And then to see you come back out of the locker room and out of the tunnel at halftime, I think that relieved a lot of people. So it was good to see that. So shifting our gears from last week and moving on to this week. We have first round of our playoffs. We got Spring Hill coming into Mexia, coming to Black Cat Field. And you don't usually get a playoff game on your home field, but you guys, especially being seniors, are lucky. Y'all get to step on Black Cat Field one more time. So how big is that for y'all going into this Friday night?
It feels amazing because I've been fortunate enough to be to playoff games before my last 2 years, but this one I'm just super excited about because I've never played a home playoff game, and I feel like our whole team is just going to be excited and go out there and do what they need to do.
Freddie?
It's thrilling. I'm shocked that we get to play here. First time that it ever happened to us. I'm ready for it. Ready for Friday, ready to give everything we got.
And one thing Wallace was talking about a while ago, James, you had some bumps and bruises happen Friday night, and before the game we was talking, how long do you think they'll play the starters, if we get a big lead, will the bench start coming in? And one thing I saw with the team Friday night was preparation. Okay, preparation doesn't just mean the starters being ready, but the backups coming in and playing different roles in different positions whenever they play. And that's one thing I saw whenever you went out. We had, I believe it was who was the young man that came in?
Molina. I forgot his number.
Damian Molina.
Yeah,
okay.
Damian Molina.
He came in and BJ Sunday went out early with a shoulder injury, but other players came in and played different roles, and y'all continue to just stay steady and strong throughout the whole game. What type of leadership do y'all seniors provide those who are backing up, who are the younger class, letting them know, hey, this is how you do it? That way you leave something with them before y'all leave Mexia.
I try to think of it as like all of the younger classmen, all the O-linemen that are always behind me doing stuff. I try to think of them as my little brothers, because I didn't grow up with a whole bunch of brothers, but it's great to see people that look up to me, and I get to teach them how to do things and get the pancake them too. It's funny to bully them, but.
And I know you got to step back on the field.
Yes, sir.
Last week.
Yes, sir.
And get to get some sweat going and some hits. And how did it feel being back out on the football field?
It feels so amazing to be back on the field, be back with my boys, the family, the brotherhood, how I call it. I just see everybody as a brother to me, give 100% in practice and just give everything we got.
And, you know, James, you play on O-line and D-line, and we talk about it every week. We don't ever go into a game thinking we're going to be the biggest team on the field. And, you know, last week, Kenton had some really big guys.
Oh, yeah. they were big. I went on defense. It was like, oh, man, okay.
I think they may have been bigger than any of the teams we've talked about so far. And you guys handled it very well, you know, and not knowing much about Spring Hill coming up, you know, what are you looking at as far? I know you guys have watched film, or are you expecting the size that you saw from Kenton bigger, or?
Oh man,
expecting way bigger than that.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna do everything in my power to get this team a win, but this team is probably gonna be pretty challenging, but I think we can do it.
Freddie, I mean, you're one of the smaller, slider guys. You use your speed and stuff, and that's one of the things that this team has, you know, been able to use to their advantage all year is the total team speed that you all have, and really using that to your advantage and exploiting other teams' lack of speed. So is that something that you are able to see this week going into the matchup Friday night?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Freddie said he's just straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
You know, it's always exciting to get to roll into the playoffs, and we've talked about it. We talked about it with Coach Abram moving into throughout the years how you play the three different seasons of your season, being non-district, district, and now you guys earned your spot in the third season, which is the playoffs. And it just adds to it that y'all are going to get to play here in Mexia one more time, and everybody's going to be able to come out and see you guys. Is there anything you want to say to the fans or say to anybody, you know, leading into this week's matchup?
Just come support and cheer us on while we're out there playing, giving it everything you got. It's my last year. I want to do everything I can for this team.
Like he said, that's our last year. Y'all come out and support Mexia Black Cats and just give everything y'all got in the stands to hype us up on the field.
I got one question before y'all leave, and Wallace ends this interview. You're omit because you don't count. You don't have no fat on you. But I usually ask the linemen, since this cooler weather hit and you're not sweating as much, how you liking it?
I'm loving it. Also, I get to go deer hunting more. So.
Well, guys, we want to thank y'all for coming and sitting with us, talking with us a little bit. This is going to wrap up this segment of our show. As we always end and we say, we're going to say thank you. Go Black Cats. Let's come back with a win this week.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a
Go
quick
Cats.
break, and we'll be back with our coaches segment.
Insurance Services proudly supports Mexia ISD, the Mexia Black Cats, and the Mexia Lady Cats. Located at 811 Milam Street and serving the Tri-County area insurance needs for over 30 years, with coverages for auto, home, business, life, health, and renters, as well as bonds. Call today for a free quote and a review of your current coverage. 254-562-3894. Go Cats!
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall.
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers to 6XL. Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out, 1335 East Milam Street in Mexia, across from Hibbett Sports.
You're listening to Black Cat Football and Greer Time Media. Let's take it to the booth with your host, Freddie Greer Sr.
Right, and we're back with our coaches segment here in week 1 of the playoffs for the Mexia Black Cats. Today, we have Coach Justin Barnett and Coach Frankie Smith with us. Guys, we just had a couple of the young men here with us. Now, I ain't gonna call y'all old men, but they're young. They're younger.
Only one.
They're younger. So, we like to start out and talk a little bit about the previous week, which you all know we went over to Canton and played them a good game. To wrap up the district schedule. We came out victorious in that one. You want to talk to us a little bit about how the game went in your eyes?
Yeah, I think Trey Holman stepped up big time. His first time playing quarterback. I mean, that's huge. It's an uncomfortable situation, and I thought he handled it well. It wasn't always pretty at times, but we found a way. We kind of worked through the kinks, and the guys kind of rallied around him. I thought Coach Griffin and Coach V did a great job balancing with the substitutions. A lot of players playing both ways. They did a great job handling that, keep everybody fresh.
Coach Smith?
Yeah, it's kind of like you said, but defensively we had a slow start, and it wasn't as pretty as and as polished as we wanted it to be, but effective in the second half. First half, you kind of want to not even think about that because it was not pretty at all. But we did give up one touchdown, which we shouldn't have. But came back second half, fixed some things, and got it rolling.
Kind of talking about that, Coach Smith, you have the secondary guys, and here the last couple of weeks we talked about the beginning of the season. We saw a lot of run-heavy teams, and it was they're going to run right at us like we do them, and having to play. And then the last couple of weeks, we've played 3 teams that have really thrown the ball a lot more, and those guys have gotten a lot of action. And even though you said that it wasn't pretty the first half, those guys seem to have really stepped up and done a really good job of being solid and not allowing too much, when they face those passing teams. What's been some of the things that y'all have really kind of concentrated on and keyed on, knowing y'all didn't see a lot of passing teams, early on in the season?
Main thing I tell them is we try to stop long runs and long passes, nothing over 25 yards. Running, nothing over 25 yards passing. If we can stay within those realms and not give up any big plays, we'll be fine. I think we can beat anybody that we play when we do stick to details and read our keys. When we're not good is when we don't read our keys. And like I say, we practice that constantly and get the safeties to the corners to understand if we do what we're coached to do, we're hard to beat.
I noticed that last week y'all had Christian Clark lined up in the backfield a few times, and he was actually a spark for the offense because you saw him running, and he was being patient with his line and letting his line get his blocks in. And you saw Jarrell Wiley basically busting it up the middle a lot. And I don't know if that was a game plan, but all defenses, they usually try to key in on number 5 for Mexia because
they better.
they better. how does it feel to know that you have players who aren't selfish going out there knowing that they might have to play different positions and different roles in the game, and in the end them going out and giving it their all and making sure that they're all for one and not just for themselves? How does it feel to know that y'all have been able to lead that kind of role with the Black Cats this year?
Well, it's when Coach Abram came in, he initially told us straight up, everybody's going to have position on offense, everybody's going to have a position on defense. Don't think that you're not going to be in one of those positions, or you can go in at any time. You never know, because injuries occur, and you have to be the next guy to step up and do your job. But it's expected. Those are the expectations that we have for the kids, and they have for themselves.
Yeah, and top of that, CeCe's been buying his time. He's been working in practice. He's been playing some Z, but also he's been getting work at tailback. Trey Holman's been the guy at tailback, but when it was his time, his name was called. He stepped up, and it showed that all his hard work paid off. He didn't know when he was going to get his chance, but he seized it.
Yeah, like I just asked Coach Barnett, what position he had, and he told me the running backs. And, we've seen Christian a lot more this year playing the Z spot and catching passes and, running deep and stuff. And then to see him in the backfield, carrying the ball, that was good. But we also, not just Christian, we saw several guys that haven't really carried the ball much this year, or probably not even in their career, but they carried it quite a bit on last week, and they really did well, hopping into those positions and carrying, not just carrying the ball, but carrying the offense the way it needed to go with some of those other guys being able to get some rest late in that game.
I think that's huge. They guys stepped up, and they definitely weren't afraid to be uncomfortable and try a new position and do things that they're not used to doing. And also they've worked at it. They studied, they learned that position very quickly, and they did very well. When you're going to take away 5, okay, we have other options. And those guys filled that role. And I thought that will kind of help us get out of our little rut and spark some big plays. BJ did it against Bullard with a couple big plays. And CC definitely opened it up for us against Canton. When you got guys that can do that, we're very dangerous. We have a lot of weapons, so pick your poison.
Right.
Go ahead.
He mentioned BJ against Bullard, but BJ had that first big run that seemed like that opened up a lot. Yeah. He got the ball and took it, and you don't usually see BJ outrunning people down the field, but
he can play.
He's one of those guys that he doesn't pop off at you, but he's a good football player, and he made a great play on that, and it seemed like that really spread the field, and then we were able to hit him pretty quick there afterwards. So, James, you...
I know one bright spot for defense the past couple of games is we weren't calling his name a lot at the beginning of the season, but these past couple of games, Jawan Wright, he's come in and has really played very well on the defensive line. How important is it for those three guys that line up against that offense to continue to dominate and just do their thing that they can do?
Our defense goes as our front line goes. The better they get, the least amount of pressure the more pressure they put on the line, it saves us in the back end. The more pressure they can put on them, it gives us the opportunity to either get picks, pass breakups, or big plays. And with Jawan now stepping up, because he understands now that we're going to need more rush out. We're going to need you to do your job, not try to do somebody else's job. And now he's starting to understand that do my job, nobody else's, and everything else will come to us. And it's just been one of those processes in which the D-line is young and small, but yet we pack a punch.
Right.
And we're fast, strong, and quick. So we got to try to get everything done as much as we can up front to protect the guys in the back.
And that's been one thing that has really helped the secondary is your defensive line is playing so dominant, and you really don't see many times that 5-6 men can't stop 3 guys. And that's one thing that is helping your secondary out as well, which your secondary, these past 5-6 games, they're playing extraordinary. And it's just good to see a camaraderie of a team just come together as they did with the brand new head coach this year and buy into the system that he brought, and just seeing them be successful towards the end of the year.
kind of before we transition, you mentioned it earlier, Coach Barnett, about how the guys are jumping in and playing offense and defense, and they're doing a great job of subbing those guys in, and that's also for your running back. So how big is that for you to know, hey, a lot of our guys are playing both ways, but now we've got a couple guys that have really gotten there and learned those positions. So if we need to give somebody a breather here or there, we have somebody that we can plug in there.
That really starts off with Coach Abram from the get-go. Even getting practice, he had a conditioning test, so he understood what it was going to be. He saw the future, and that pays off now. Where guys are getting in pretty good shape, but it's constant communication. How you need a blow? All right, we got somebody for you. This and that, and it's nice to know that when we need somebody, we can send other people in, or we got multiple people, and that they're willing to do it.
So kind of transitioning from last week's game into this week, we have Spring Hill coming in, like we talked about a second ago. They're coming into our house, for the playoff opener, and you don't see it too much around here. But
has that ever happened in my head?
Maybe way back. It's been a long time.
Somebody find out.
So it's been a long time if it has happened before. Vance might be able to tell us. He's been around a while, but I mean. They're coming into your house. I mean, not just the expectation of it being a big playoff game, but now you're defending your home turf. Looking at what they come, I mean, nobody's oblivious. We know they're one of those East Texas teams, and they carry a lot of pride coming from in that area. What are we looking? I mean, what are some of the things you guys are looking at going into this week's matchup?
We're going to be us. They have to play us. They have to stop us. We're going to do what we do. And as long as we offensively, we push the line forward every single play. We're not going backwards, and we start blocking. Our running backs are going to do what they do. Defensively, like he said, as long as they read the keys, we're going to be very tough to beat. Now we're going to do little things. Spring Hill's a very good team. They're in playoffs for a reason. I don't think seeds really matter at this point. You're there for a reason. But as long as we do our job, they have to stop us.
Go ahead, Coach.
But again, like Coach said, it being them being a number 4 seed, us being a number 1 seed, seeding doesn't matter. They've come from a tough district, and they had a couple of games off because they didn't get to play 2 games, so they're a little bit fresher. But the main thing is to understand that they are just as good, if not better than Gilmer, because they gave Gilmer one heck of a game in the first half, and up until the third quarter, they were in it. And then it just kind of fell apart. But we got to go into it knowing that they're very good, and we don't take anybody for granted.
And like you said, they're coming from a very good district. And I was going to say, if they were in a weaker district, they probably could be fighting for a district championship because they're that good of a team, and they're a very well balanced offensive team. And one thing that I noticed, kind of going back and watching some of the film, is they like to try to draw the defense offline, and when they do, that quarterback will pop out and throw a fade to the receiver over there to the end. What do you feel this week is going to be the key for your defense to bring home the W besides us scoring more points?
Scoring more points is always good, but it takes a lot of pressure off. But main thing, like I said before, is us just doing our job, being ourselves, playing within ourselves, and just not giving up any big plays. It's us not beating ourselves, because our main thing is sticking to the game plan itself. And as long as we do that, we'll be tough to beat.
And just kind of talking about it, and I'm glad you said it, Coach Smith, is not taking anybody lightly. And just like our district, there was not a lot that separated a lot of the teams in games in our district, and not a lot separated those teams in that district. So you do throw those seedings out the window, and you get ready to play, because like the old adage says, you just try to get in, and once you get in, it's a dog fight every week. So that's what we're expecting this week. We want to thank you guys for coming and sitting with us, talking it up with us a little bit. We always end it by saying go Black Cats, and bring us another victory in this week. So we want to thank you guys.
See you next week.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
Thank y'all.
All right.
that's going to be the secret weapon right there. We're a close-knit group.
That become memories to last a lifetime. Brandy Garza at Photo Trappings Downtown Mexia is here to capture all of your milestones and moments, offering newborn, children, seniors, family, and special occasion photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, Downtown Mexia. Call or text 254-562-PICS.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC Realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats! Milestones and moments that become memories to last a lifetime. Brandy Garza at Photo Trappings Downtown Mexia is here to capture all of your milestones and moments, offering newborn, children, seniors, family, and special occasion photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, Downtown Mexia. Call or text 254-562-PICS. If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
right, and we're back with our prediction show. We've wrapped up our players segment as well as our coaches segment this week. We're moving into week 1 of the playoffs here for the Mexia Black Cats, and the surrounding areas. All the teams from 6-man, which is now 1A through 4A, will be in their first week of playoffs. 5A and 6A are wrapping up the end of their regular season this week, and they will start playoffs in, I believe, another week or two. So jumping on into our predictions, our first game on the list is the Dawson Bulldogs will be the home team. I'm not sure where they're playing, but they'll be the home team against the Tolar Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dawson Bulldogs 28-14. They're playing pretty good football this year.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Dawson 24-12.
I'm taking Dawson 23-13.
And I'm taking Dawson in this one 35-14. Next up, we'll have the Bosqueville Bulldogs versus the Marlin Bulldogs. And the clash of the Bulldogs. Who you got in this one, James?
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I'm going to take Bosqueville 24-20.
I'm going to take Bosqueville 24-12.
I'm taking Bosqueville 28-14.
And I'm taking Bosqueville in this one also with another 35-point game. But I think Marlin's going to do pretty good, and they're going to put up 21. Next up, we'll have the Holland Hornets as the home team and Centerville Tigers as the visitors.
I'm taking Holland 21-14.
I'm going to take Centerville 24-14.
I got Centerville 20-7.
And I've picked against the Tigers a couple times this year, and they bit me in my butt every time. So I'm going with the Tigers as well this week, but I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to go Centerville 27, Holland 24. Next up, we'll have the Mart Panthers versus the Cumbie Trojans. And they're not going to play this game because this game has been forfeited by Cumbie due to, I believe, what was reported as COVID issues within their school. So Mart will get a forfeited game and a bye on to the second round. Just for everybody out there, if you haven't heard, the UIL did release a statement saying that all the way through, I believe it is the regional, or no, the state semis, if a team has to forfeit a game because of COVID, then the team that they were supposed to play will get an automatic win that week and will advance on to the next round. There won't be an issue or a situation where the team that team beat previously gets to come back and move on to play the other team or not. It'll just be a forfeited win, and that team that had to forfeit, the opponent will get to move on. So that's what's happening, and several of these games will have that that result, as we've had several forfeitures and cancellations here over this week. So as we move on, we'll go to the Calvert Trojans and the Dime Box Longhorns.
I think Calvert's still ranked number 7 in the state, and I can't take Dime Box because I've seen the sign, but I don't know where it's at. But I'm taking Calvert 42-21.
I'm going to take Calvert 68-50.
I got Calvert 70-13.
And I'm right along the same lines of Dino and Vance. I got Calvert winning this one 67-27.
I guess I'm the nice guy.
Yeah. You always give those low scores for 6-man football.
Well, I got
Didn't you learn last week?
I've got to. No,
they had already passed your total in the first quarter.
Because I picked Cougars 60-30, something like that.
Yeah, but you picked one of them was like 30-20, and that was the first quarter score. Next up, we'll move down is the Hillsboro Eagles will be the visitors versus the Cattle Mills Foxes.
And I'm taking the Foxes 30-20.
I'm going to take the Fox 48-28.
I got Cattle Mills 42-17.
And I'm taking Cattle Mills as well. I think they're going to take care of business and win this one 35-17. Next up, we'll have another game that I believe we've been informed won't be played, as the Tig Lions have forfeited against the Grandview Zebras. And I just heard about that one just not too long before I came here for the show. So we're going to go with that for now. And we'll try to get confirmation on it, and if something changes, we'll try to let everyone know. So we'll move on down to the Bremond Tigers versus the Mod School Cardinals.
I'm going to have to take the Tigers 35-17.
I'm going to take Bremond 35-12.
I got Bremond 42-17.
And I don't know much about Mod School, but I don't think that they're going to be able to stick with the Tigers. And so I'm going to go with Bremond winning this one 42-14.
What Bremond end up 3?
I think
3-1 in district.
Yeah, I think they're the second place team.
They're the second place team.
Their only loss in district was to Mart.
77-0, something like that.
Blowout.
I couldn't believe that.
It's crazy, but they blew everybody else out.
Yeah.
Except that just shows how good Mart is.
And they were what, in the top 10 too.
Yeah. So moving on down, we'll have the Crawford Pirates versus the Kearns Bobcats.
And I'm going to take the Pirates 28-20.
I'm going to take the Pirates 28-14.
I got the Pirates 30-14.
I'm taking the Pirates 35-10. I don't think that was going to be too much of a challenge. The Pirates are playing good football. Kearns were able to sneak into the playoffs in that 4th spot in that district. So moving on down.
Why get Freddie in?
Freddie's going to come around and give us his prediction as the Groesbeck Goats have made the playoffs and will be facing the Madison Trojans.
Well, I'm going to go with Madison 35 and Groesbeck 21.
Oh!
Freddie!
Oh!
Wow!
Oh! Whoa!
I mean, look outside. See nobody out there. Is it safe for us to walk?
Freddie picked against his goats this week. Oh, he said 35-21 Madison. James?
I wasn't surprised he picked them to lose. I was surprised he picked them to score 21 points. But I'm taking Madison 42-7.
I'm going to take Groesbeck 28-7.
I got Dallas Madison 42-13.
Oh, goodness. This one was actually a tough one for me. And the tiebreaker in me picking was the fact that they're the GOATs. So I went with the Trojans. But I think this might end up being a closer game than what some people are thinking. But I do have Madison winning this one, and I think it'll be pretty high scoring as both teams have given up some points to teams that have explosive players. So I'm going to go Dallas Madison winning this one 42-35. Moving on down, back to some 1A. We want to say 6-man. It's 6-man football, but it's 1A. Football is the Coolidge Yellow Jackets will be taking on the Blum Bobcats.
Now, you ready for this score?
Yeah.
I got the Yellow Jackets taking it 58-40.
Oh, okay. That's more of a...
I got the Bobcats 68-48.
I got Coolidge 65-42.
And I'm taking Coolidge in this one 62-51. That's more of along the lines of some 6-man football right there, James.
Thank you, sir.
So moving on down, now we'll have James's alma mater as the Conley Cadets will be taking on the Center Rough Riders.
This is gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be real good
game.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give Conley the win 27-25.
I'm gonna take Conley 38-28.
I got Center 30-27.
I'm not surprised though, Dino, because I mean, you and I both know we've seen those boys from Center for quite a year, and they have some athletes over there.
Big boys,
yeah,
too.
They're big and they're athletic.
I done seen them play on that field.
Before you give this score, make sure you got to go home. You remember you got to go home to your wife.
I mean, no, I'm not worried about that. You know, I have friends from over in Center, and family over in Lacey Lakeview, and some ones I love over there playing for the Cadets. And I did go with the Cadets this week, but I'm just like everybody else. I think this is going to be a good one. It's going to be close. I'm going to go try to check it out. But I'm going to go Conley in this one, and I think Conley will pull it out 28-24. Next up, we'll have the Franklin Lions and the Van Vleck Leopards.
Now, I'm going to take the Lions 33-28, and the reason why I think it's going to be close because If you got a name like Van Vleck, you got Well, I'm still going with the Lions, 33-28.
I'm going to go with the Lions 28-14.
I'm going with Franklin, 31-24.
I'm going to go with the Lions 27-14 in this one. Yeah, I don't know much about Van Vleck's football program, but I know Franklin, they're a state contender every year, so I'm going to roll with the Lions. And next up, we'll move over to another team that we're familiar with, as the Solato Eagles will be taking on the Rusk Eagles.
I'm taking Solato 45-10.
I'm going to take Solato 35-21.
I got Solato 40-20.
I'm taking the low-flying Eagles as well, because we know they're not high-flying. They don't throw the ball very much, and Rusk does.
Yeah.
But we know if Salato's able to control that clock, they're very disciplined and they play well, and I think Solato wins this one 42-27.
Has Solato lost a game this year?
No, I think they're undefeated so far.
So either.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yes, they did. They lost like their first game to, was it Troy?
No, they beat Troy. They beat Troy.
They beat Troy.
I think they may have lost one at the beginning of the season. We'll have to look it up real quick. And we'll bring you that information in just a moment. But moving on down, we get a big matchup up in the highest level of 6A in Texas, as the Denton-Guyer Wildcats will be taking on the Allen Eagles.
I'm going to take the Allen Eagles 35-17.
I'm going to take the Eagles 35-14.
I'm taking Denton-Guyer 30-24.
Dino with the upset, and this one was a tough one for me as well, but I believe if James put it down on the paper right, that Allen is at home. And so I'm going to go with Allen just because they're at home
yeah, they're at home.
They're at home.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win a close one, but I have them winning. I'm still a little iffy on it, but I have Allen winning this one 42-38. Next up, another big one, as you get another rivalry over in the Dallas area in the 6A ranks, as you'll get the Duncanville Panthers taking on the Cedar Hill Longhorns.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, both of these teams are ranked in the top 15 at least.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm still going with Duncanville, the number 2 team, 28-24.
I'm gonna go with Duncanville 28-21.
I'm going with Cedar Hill 35-31.
Oh.
You sure are confident in this one.
I'm going with Duncanville in this one, but I do think it'll be a good game until about midways of the third quarter, and then Duncanville will pull off, and they'll win this game 38-24. But just real quick, as we wrapped up that one, I did go back and look. Salato's one loss is to Grandview.
Okay, that's right.
In week 2, they lost 21-7 to Grandview.
Yeah.
So I just looked and seen that Grandview's number 2 in 3A.
They are.
Who's number 1?
Malachi number 3.
I know. Grandview and Malakoff are.
Gosh, I don't know.
When did Grandview move?
I don't know. They hadn't lost, so somebody must be playing awfully good to leapfrog them.
I'm going to have to look that up later.
Because I know. I mean, we had a lot of good 3A schools around here. You had Rockdale. I mean, that district over there.
Yeah,
that district was.
Troy didn't make the playoffs.
Cameron either.
Yeah.
Cameron or Troy.
Cameron or Troy.
They went.
Academy made it.
Academy.
That's right.
Look, they went. Troy and Cameron went from possibly being the second team in the district or having a 3-way tie for a district championship in the last week of the season to not making the playoffs.
So who made over Rockdale?
Rockdale,
Academy.
Lorena.
Lorena won the district.
Yeah.
That's right. Lorena's
And no, I think Cameron.
McGregor. McGregor's in there.
Oh, McGregor.
Yeah. McGregor.
Oh, McGregor got the other spot.
So.
Because there were like 4 or 5 teams playing.
I think Lorena beat Rockdale last week.
They did.
For the district championship. Lorena got the district championship.
And then Academy won to get in, and that knocked
Troy
out.
That knocked Troy out.
Like, woo, that district over there shaped up to be a wild one. As we've just kind of talked a minute, we're moving back on into our scheduled games, as we'll have the La Vega Pirates taking on Western Hill Cougars.
I had to change my score on this because I had it 40-10 La Vega, but I think La Vega are going to win a little bit more, 70-10.
Okay.
I'm going to take La Vega 35-14.
I got La Vega 50-3.
They gonna kick a field goal?
They can kick field goal.
Okay.
I give them field goal. Give them field goal.
I'm taking La Vega big in this one as well. I'm going to give them 49 because I think they're just going to run the clock and let those young kids play the fourth quarter. But I think they're going to win 49. I'm going to give them 6, Dino. I don't know if they're going to score a touchdown or kick 2 field goals, but I'm giving them 6. Moving on down, we'll have China Spring Cougars versus Jasper Bulldogs, another one that I think will be a good
top
game.
10.
Yeah, they're both in the top 10 in 4A, and
I think China Springs got kicked out of top 10.
No, I looked at it yesterday. They back. They
Yeah.
in there.
Was they back in it?
They like 7 or 8 or 8 and 9. Both of them teams there.
I think they were
7, I believe.
I think Jasper is 7 and China Spring is 8.
Yeah, they in there.
Well, I'm still taking Jasper 27-20.
I'm going to take China Springs 28-21.
I got China Spring 28-24.
And this one was a good and close one to me. And Dino knows exactly why I am not picking Jasper.
Me too.
And I'm going to go with China Spring in this one. And I think the Cougars will come out in a close one, but they'll win it 27-21.
Okay, they're in the Jasper's the fourth-rate team, right?
Yes.
So the Cartridge is number 1. Who's 2?
No.
Jasper was 3.
Jasper's 3.
Jasper's 3.
Okay, Cartridge is 1. Who's 2?
Carthage is they're not in
Jasper is number 2.
Jasper's not the same district.
Jasper is 2 because China Spring is 3 because they lost to
That's
Conley.
right.
Yeah, Jasper's second.
Number 3 over there is Silsby.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Cartridge, Jasper, Silsby.
Yeah. Carthage, Jasper, Silsby, and then West. No, West
Armstrong's not over
They're
there.
not in the same district.
Who's in that other district?
Madisonville?
That's the Madison.
Madisonville?
No, Rusk. Rusk was the fourth
Madisonville's
one.
in there too.
Yeah, but they didn't make the playoffs.
So is Shepherd something?
Yeah, none of them made it. It was Carthage, Jasper,
Rusk.
Carthage, Jasper, Silsby, Rusk.
Yeah.
Was that district? That's a tough district.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of traveling.
Hey,
I thought we were traveling.
From Madisonville to Carthage, I Googled it, it's 140-something miles.
I talked to one of the parents over there in Madisonville, and they said their closest home game was 2 hours and 15 minutes away.
Did you know Carthage is closer to Van than Van's my hair?
Yeah. I know. We had to split Pleasant Grove and Carthage out of the same region. UIL weekend. Let me hush. Moving down, we have our district mates will be playing. So we're going to get into the playoff games for District 7, as we'll have the Bullard Panthers facing the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
And I'm going to go with the Hawks 42-14.
I'm going to go with the Hawks 28-14.
I'm going to go with the Hawks 55-10.
I thought he was going to say 50-0.
Dino, I'm kind of on the same line as you, man. I'm gonna go 45-7, Pleasant Grove. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can say. And moving on down, the next ones actually beat them for the district title. So you'll have the Gilmer Buckeyes will be facing off against the Canton Eagles.
I'm taking the Buckeyes 49-7.
We'll take the Buckeyes 28-7.
I'm taking the Buckeyes 60-7.
I'm going to take the Buckeyes in this one as well. And I think it's going to get kind of ugly.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Buckeyes 53-3.
53-3.
Yeah.
Can't go get a field goal.
Yeah. Maybe if they get within 30 yards.
It depends on what side of the
Yeah,
field
which
they're
side of
kicking
the field
on.
they're kicking from. Moving on down, we'll have the big matchup this week as the Mexia Black Cats will be home hosting the Spring Hill Panthers.
And with the Black Cats being at home, I'm going to take the Black Cats 32-27.
I'm going to take the Black Cats 35-14.
I got the Black Cats 35-17.
And this Friday the 13th,
That's right.
on Black Cat Field, I'm taking the Black Cats as well. And I'm going to go with the Black Cats winning this one 28-17. So moving on, I know we were a little lengthy on that one, so we'll jump right into our college picks. as we have number 7 Cincinnati hosting East Carolina.
I'm taking Cincinnati 28-10.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati 35-7.
I got Cincinnati 43-17.
And I'm taking Cincinnati as well in this one. I think they'll win probably 45-21. Next up, number 2 Notre Dame, after a big win over Clemson, will be visiting Boston College.
Now I'm taking Notre Dame 35-17.
I'm gonna take Notre Dame 28-7.
I got Notre Dame 42-20.
And I'm taking Notre Dame as well. Although Boston College played Clemson well too, so but I'm still going to take the Fighting Irish in this one, 42-21. And then we move down and we'll have number 3 Ohio State traveling to Maryland to take on the Terrapins.
I'm going to take Ohio State 42, and I didn't even put a score for Maryland, so I'm going to go ahead and give them 3.
I'm going to take Ohio State 28-7.
I got Ohio State 45-10.
I'm taking Ohio State as well, and I think they're going to put up a lot of points as well. I'm taking them 45-13. And we'll move over to the SEC as number 6 Florida takes on Arkansas.
I'm going to take Florida 35-14.
I'm going to take Florida 35-14.
I'm taking Florida 42-7.
I'm taking Florida just because Arkansas hasn't been very good this year. But I think Florida can string together a little something, and they'll win this one 35-13. Now moving down, number 9 Miami, the U will be going over to Virginia to take on the University of Virginia.
Now, I know that the hurricane season is almost over, but these Hurricanes are still going to roll 42-10.
I'm going to take Miami 35-21.
I got the U 40-23.
I'm taking Miami in this one 35-17. Moving on down, we have number 10 Indiana taking on Michigan State.
And Michigan State playing pretty good football right now. And I'm going to take them with the upset 27-17 at home.
I'm going to take Indiana 28-21.
I got Indiana 30-24.
And I'm taking Indiana as well because they are playing good, and their quarterback is pretty good himself. And I think they'll come out victorious in this one 28-21. And then moving over down to the Pac-12, we have number 11 Oregon. The Ducks will be taking on Washington State.
I'm going to take the Ducks 40-14.
I'm going to take Oregon 35-14.
I got Oregon 30-21.
I'm taking Oregon as well, 38-21. And next up, we'll have number 13 Wisconsin taking on Michigan.
I don't know what it is about the Michigan game this week, but I'm taking Michigan with the upset over Wisconsin 24-20.
Oh.
I'm going to take Wisconsin 35-21.
I got Wisconsin 28-17.
I'm taking Wisconsin just because I don't know what's going on in Michigan. they
want to, then they don't.
No, I know.
They want to, then they don't.
So I'm taking Wisconsin in this one, and I think they'll come out victorious 27-20. Next up, we'll have number 15 Coastal Carolina at Troy.
No upset here. I'm taking Coastal Carolina 35-21.
I'm going to take Coastal 28-7.
I got Coastal Carolina 30-17.
And I'm taking Coastal Carolina as well, 28-17. Next up, we'll have Middle Tennessee and number 16 Marshall.
I got Marshall winning. I didn't put a score down. Let's go 35-10.
I'm going to take Marshall 24-7.
I got Marshall 34-13.
And I took Marshall as well. I think Marshall will go ahead and take care of business, 27-13. Next up, number 19 SMU takes on Tulsa.
I got SMU rolling on 28-17.
I got SMU 28-14.
I got SMU 31-20.
And I'm taking SMU as well in this one, 35-21. Next up, number 20 USC takes on Arizona.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm taking USC 21-20.
I'm taking USC 28-21.
I got USC 30-24.
And I got USC 28-24. Next up, we'll have Liberty taking on Western Carolina.
I got Liberty still rolling on 28-10.
I'm going to take Liberty 35-28.
I got Liberty 33-28.
And I'm going to take Liberty as well in this one, 35-24. Next up, number 23, Northwestern takes on Purdue.
I almost put an upset here, but I'm still rolling with Northwestern, 27-21.
I'm going to take Northwestern 28-7.
I got Purdue 28-24.
Dino's taking the upset. I'm going to go Northwestern 24-17. Next up, we'll have South Alabama and number 25, Louisiana Lafayette.
I'm taking Louisiana 35-17.
I'm going to take Louisiana 35-10.
I got Lafayette 30-21.
And I'm taking Lafayette in this one 28-17. Next up, we'll have the Colorado Buffaloes taking on Stanford.
And Stanford's going to take this 42-28.
I got Stanford 28-14.
I got Stanford 21-17.
This is going to be my upset pick. I'm going to go with Colorado.
Going with the
I
Boston.
don't know why.
So I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think.
Did you have a Boston burger last week?
I did. But I'm gonna go with Colorado winning a close one, 27-24. Last second field goal to win it. Now we have Rice and Louisiana Tech.
I got Tech taking it 33-20.
I got Tech 28-14.
I got Tech 30-24.
And I have La Tech 31-17. Moving on down, we'll have North Texas and UAB.
And UAB is going to take this 28-14.
I'm going to take North Texas 28-14.
I got the Mean Green 31-24.
Yeah, I'm going to take North Texas in this one as well, maybe a little bit closer than y'all had it, but 27-14. And then we move down to the Big 12 games for the week. And we'll have TCU.
Only two.
Yeah, the only two going on.
Did Texas get canceled?
No,
I
they're
think
off.
they're just
They're
on
off?
a bye week.
Okay. Okay.
We'll have TCU taking on West Virginia.
I got TCU going in there and upsetting 27-24.
I got TCU 35-28.
I got the Horned Frogs 42-17.
As much as it hurts me, I'm going with the Horned Frogs as well. They're playing some good football.
Yeah.
They've kind of figured some things out, and I think they'll go into Morgantown and come out victorious, and they'll win it 27-21. Moving on down now, my Baylor Bears will be playing the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
And I'm going to give the Bears the win, 35-21.
I'm going to take Texas Tech 35-28.
I got the Red Raiders 35-30.
Well, I'm going with my Bears, as I do every week. Last week we were this close.
They almost figured it out.
Well, yeah, we just got to start playing earlier. Stop getting ourselves in holes and having to come back. It's hard to score all them points in the fourth quarter.
Or have 5 quarters.
Yeah, but I know we had some injuries that's going to hurt us going forward. So, but hopefully we can step up and we'll get a victory this week, because it looked like they put some stuff together last week and they looked a lot better. They just weren't able to finish out the game and get the win. So we'll move on over into our NFL predictions. As it does not seem like we have as many NFL games this week, but maybe I'm just basing it on the fact that we had a full page of high school and college. So moving into our NFL predictions, we have the Colts versus the Titans.
I'm going to take the Titans 27-20.
I'm going to take the Titans 28-21.
I got the Titans 31-24.
And I'm taking the Titans 27-24. Next up, we'll have the Texans and the Browns.
I'm going to take the Browns 28-17.
I'm going to take the Texans 35-28.
I got the Browns 35-17.
I'm taking the Browns in this one. I think they'll get things straight and they'll win this one 31-17. Next up, we'll have the Washington football team versus the Detroit Lions.
I'm taking the Lions at home 20-13.
I'm going to take Washington 35-28.
I got the Lions 24-17.
And I'm taking the Lions in this one, the same 24-17. Next up, we'll have the Buccaneers and the Panthers.
I'm taking Tom Brady to win 24-17.
I'm going to take the Bucs 35-14.
I'm going to take the Bucs 30-21. Tom Brady had trouble.
Yeah, I'm taking the Buccaneers. I think Tom Brady will bounce back this week.
I hope he do.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I got the Saints defense in my fantasy league. So, but yeah, he did not have a good game. I actually have Tom Brady on my team too, but he was on the bench. So,
yeah, that was good.
But I think he'll bounce back this week, and the Buccaneers will take out the Panthers pretty good and win. It's 35-24. Moving on down, we'll get the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Football Giants in some NFC East action.
And that Jones kid is playing good, and I'm going to take him to have the win, 27-17.
I'm going to take the Eagles 35-21.
I got the Giants 28-24.
And I'm taking the Giants as well in this one. I'm along the same lines as James. You know, Jones has played really well, and the games that they've lost, they've been real close games. And I think right now that NFC East is up for grabs, so there's no telling who might pull it out. But I'm going to go with the Giants in this one, 21-17. James, did we ever figure out who the Jaguars? The Packers. Oh, okay. James got a little cross-eyed on us on that one.
Like say they gonna play the Buccaneers, then drive and go home and play the Jaguars.
Yeah, that's what I was.
They can do it.
The Jaguars will be taking on the Packers.
I'm gonna take the Packers 35-10.
I'm gonna take the Packers 35-14.
I got the Packers 42-20.
And I'm gonna take the Packers as well in this one. Pretty good win, 38-21. Then we move down to this should be a good one. Yeah. As the Buffalo Bills will be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals and Murray 30-20.
I'm going to take the Cardinals 35-28.
I got Buffalo 31-21.
Yeah, this one was tough for me, but then I thought I have Kyler Murray in my fantasy league. So I need him to have a big game, and then I have Edmonds as well, so I need him to play big. So I went with the Cardinals. And I think they'll pull it off this week, 31-28. Next up, we have Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers.
You know, I can't stand the Dolphins, but I can't stand the Chargers worse. So I'm taking the Dolphins, 27-17.
I'm going to take the Dolphins, 35-21.
I got the Chargers, 42-13.
Yeah. Woo!
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I need y'all.
Need those fantasy points.
I need them.
Oh, man. I'm going with the Dolphins. They look like they've been playing well all season.
Yeah, they have.
And then Tua came in and looks like he gave them a little extra dimension. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this one, 28-24. Next up, we'll have the Broncos versus the Raiders.
Taking the Raiders 28-21.
We'll take the Raiders 35-21.
I got the Raiders 31-24.
And I'm taking the Raiders in this one as well, 31-17. And next we have the Seahawks versus the Rams.
I'm taking the Hawks 23-21.
We'll take the Hawks 35-28.
I got the Hawks 38-21.
I'm taking the Seahawks in this one, 35-27. Next up, we'll have Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think the Steelers got a little scary last week with them Cowboys. But I'm going to take the Steelers 27-17.
Steelers 35-21.
I got the Steelers 27-20.
And I have the Steelers as well in this one. I think it's going to be a little less competitive than you guys have it. I'm going to take the Steelers 35 and the Bengals 17. And then moving on down, we'll have the 49ers and the Saints facing off.
I'm going to have the Saints winning 30-14 over the hospitalized 49ers.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Saints 35-21.
I'm going to take the Saints 41-10.
Yeah, the 49ers might have more people on the IR than they have the active roster. So
tell me about it.
I think they opened up their own hospital.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I know. I lost George Kittle. I was upset.
Rasheem Mostert.
I'm taking the Saints in this one, and I'm hoping they have a good defensive game again. I think they're going to take this one 42-17. Now, moving to our Monday night game, as if you notice, we don't have the Cowboys listed. It's because they're off this week.
So they're not going to lose.
They can't lose.
They can't lose this week. But our Monday night game will be the Vikings and the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears 27-10.
I'm We'll take the Bears 35-28.
I got the Vikings 30-24.
And I'm taking the Vikings as well because Dalvin Cook has been
lighting it up.
Yeah, he's been.
The Birds don't know nothing about quarterback situation.
I know.
Quarterback situation.
They might be the one team that's, well, I ain't gonna say that's matching the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Yeah. Let me tell you what, Cowboys found them a backup.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Gilbert. They found one.
Those three teams have been rotating quarterbacks like they're playing musical chairs. But I'm taking the Vikings as well in this one, 27-21. And that'll wrap it up for this week's prediction show. We want to thank you again for tuning in with us. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you have others who are asking about it, share. Let them know that we're on each week bringing you Black Cat football as well as the coaches show and the prediction show throughout this football season. We will be back with you bringing you the Mexia Black Cats versus the Spring Hill Panthers. The Spring Hill Panthers this week. Friday night at 7:30 from Black Cat Field here in Mexia. We will be on the call. I know some of you were worried about us not being able to stream the game due to some UIL policies. Those things have been taken care of. In most part, we will be able to bring you a live stream of the game. We will also bring you the audio commentary as well, beginning at just before 7:30 with our pregame leading into opening kickoff, and then we'll take you all throughout the rest of the game and bring you Black Hat football. So remember, go subscribe, share, let someone know, and we'll be there ready for you to tune in on Friday night. As we always say, go Black Hats.
Go Black Cats.
Go.